That is right. I think it's a great challenge. You know, sometimes I suspect, I don't know, it's just a little hypothesis in the back of my mind, that the kind of the rise of pluralism and the rise of fundamentalism at the same time that we can observe in the world today is actually reactions to the same process, right? That as the world becomes destabilized by the constant interaction of different canons of competence, if you will, then finding a place where you can hang on to one, right, and say, okay, this is it, right? I don't have to pay attention to the rest. Is an extreme way to resolve that conundrum of identity, right? Now, it can be self-destructive. It can be destructive in all sorts of ways. But pure pluralism and say, okay, yeah, no, nothing matters alone, can also be. You can also feel lost, you know. So I think resolution in both extremes, hanging on to one and say, oh no, it's all the same, doesn't matter, nothing matters, are two sort of extreme resolution of that most central learning problem of the 21st century, which is very intense, at least for my kids. I can see it, and for myself, you know. How do I think of myself as a knowledgeable person, you know? There's so many books I could read, you know, especially because I'm a bit interdisciplinary in my life, also between academia and the practical world, where people use my perspective as a way to build communities in the world. So I live in so many worlds, you know. I am constantly saying, where is their coherence? You see what I mean? In that constant choices that I have to make to where I should feel accountable, you see? Because like you were asking me, have you read this thing by Giddens and Morrow? And part of me was saying, oh my God, no, I haven't. You see what I mean? There's a bit of an identity crisis there. Should I have? You know, am I accountable to that? You see what I mean? But then, you know, if one of my clients says, you know, do you know how to facilitate this kind of meeting? I go like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, maybe, perhaps, I could try. See what I mean? And so, because I live very interdisciplinarily, maybe an extreme example of that. But I think we all have to manage the construction of our knowledgeability, you know.